Beloved one, if you have arrived here with a heart that feels weary, uncertain, or quietly wounded, know that you did not find these words by accident, for there is a part of you that has been asking for healing long before you knew how to name the pain, and now the light is gently reaching the places within you that you have spent years trying to hide. You may have become very skilled at appearing strong while carrying struggles no one else can see. You have smiled when your heart was heavy. You have continued working when your spirit wanted to rest. You have told others that you were fine because explaining the truth felt too exhausting. You have learned how to function while carrying disappointment, grief, loneliness, uncertainty, and questions that have never received clear answers. But beloved one, I, Archangel Raphael, come before you now with the emerald light of divine healing to remind you that you do not have to remain the person who learned how to survive pain. There is another way. There is a gentler way. There is a way in which your strength no longer comes from suppressing what you feel, but from allowing yourself to acknowledge it without becoming imprisoned by it. Perhaps you have wondered why certain memories still affect you even after so much time has passed. You may have believed that because you still feel sadness, you have failed to heal. But healing does not mean that you never remember. Healing means that the memory no longer controls your identity. There are experiences that may always remain part of your story, but they do not have to remain the center of your story. You can remember what happened and still choose peace. You can honor what you lost and still welcome something new. You can acknowledge that someone hurt you without allowing their actions to determine how you see yourself forever. Beloved one, there is something sacred happening when you finally stop fighting your own emotions. You have perhaps spent years telling yourself that you should be stronger, happier, more positive, more spiritual, or more grateful. You may have felt guilty whenever sadness returned. You may have thought that an awakened person should never feel anger, loneliness, disappointment, or fear. But beloved one, spiritual awakening does not make you less human. It makes you more conscious of your humanity. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to have difficult days. You are allowed to say, "This hurts." You are allowed to rest without proving that you deserve rest. You are allowed to need support. You are allowed to step away from what overwhelms you. Your emotions are not evidence that you have failed spiritually. They are messages asking to be witnessed. Beloved one, perhaps the deepest wound within you is not what someone else did, but what you began believing about yourself afterward. Someone may have rejected you, and you decided you were not worthy. Someone may have abandoned you, and you decided you were difficult to love. Someone may have betrayed you, and you decided that trusting anyone was dangerous. Someone may have criticized you, and you began believing that your natural way of being was somehow wrong. These conclusions became invisible chains. But I ask you now to question them. Who told you that another person's behavior was a measurement of your value? Who convinced you that one rejection could define your entire future? Who taught you that because something painful happened once, it must happen again? Beloved one, the past can teach you, but it does not possess the authority to prophesy your future. You are allowed to create a different experience. You are allowed to become someone who trusts again, not blindly, but wisely. You are allowed to love again, not desperately, but consciously. You are allowed to hope again, not because you have forgotten disappointment, but because disappointment no longer owns your imagination. Beloved one, healing sometimes begins with a simple realization: you cannot heal in the same environment that continually reopens the wound. Perhaps you have been asking why you cannot find peace while continuing to expose yourself to people, conversations, environments, or patterns that repeatedly disturb your inner world. There are times when the most loving thing you can do is create distance. You do not need to hate anyone. You do not need to explain yourself endlessly. You do not need to make another person wrong in order to choose what is healthy for you. You can simply say, "This no longer feels aligned with the life I am creating." Boundaries are not walls against love. They are doors that allow healthy love to enter while protecting you from what repeatedly causes harm. Beloved one, there may also be a part of you that is tired of being the strong one for everyone else. You have listened to other people's problems. You have offered encouragement. You have carried responsibilities. You have been the person others depend upon. Yet sometimes, when you needed someone to ask how you were doing, there was silence. You became so accustomed to giving that receiving began to feel uncomfortable. You may even feel guilty when someone helps you. But beloved one, you were not created only to give. You are also meant to receive. Receiving does not make you weak. It creates balance. Allow someone to support you. Allow yourself to say, I need help. Allow yourself to rest. Allow yourself to admit that you do not know what to do next. There is dignity in vulnerability when it is shared with those who have earned your trust. Beloved one, I want you to release the belief that you must heal everything at once. Some wounds heal layer by layer. One day you may feel free, and another day something unexpected may awaken an old emotion. Do not panic. The return of an emotion does not necessarily mean the return of the wound. Sometimes you are simply encountering another layer of something you have already been transforming. Be patient. Healing is not a race. You do not receive extra spiritual credit for suffering silently. You do not have to prove how strong you are by refusing to acknowledge what hurts. Let yourself move at the pace of honesty. Beloved one, there is also healing available through forgiveness, but understand what forgiveness truly means. Forgiveness does not require you to pretend that something was acceptable. It does not require you to restore access to someone who harmed you. It does not require you to forget. Forgiveness is the moment when you decide that you no longer want another person's actions to occupy your inner world every day. You release the emotional contract that says, because you hurt me, I must continue hurting myself by remembering it with hatred. You are allowed to put down that burden. You are allowed to say, I will remember the lesson without carrying the poison. Beloved one, perhaps you also need to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not seeing the truth sooner. Forgive yourself for staying too long. Forgive yourself for leaving. Forgive yourself for trusting. Forgive yourself for not trusting. Forgive yourself for choices made during moments when you were afraid. You did what you could with the awareness you had at that time. The person you were then did not know what you know now. Do not use today's wisdom as a weapon against yesterday's self. Use it as a bridge toward tomorrow. Beloved one, your healing may also require you to stop comparing your journey with others. You may see people who seem happier, more successful, more loved, more abundant, or more spiritually advanced, and you wonder why their path appears easier. But you cannot see the hidden chapters of another person's life. You see their surface and compare it to your interior. This is not a fair comparison. Your path is yours. Your timing is yours. Your lessons are yours. The divine does not need to duplicate another person's journey in order to bless you. What is meant for you will be shaped according to your own soul's development. Beloved one, there is a version of you that exists beyond the pain you currently feel. That version has not disappeared. It is simply waiting for you to stop believing that your wounds are your identity. You are not the betrayal. You are not the abandonment. You are not the failure. You are not the rejection. You are not the difficult season. You are the consciousness that witnessed these experiences and continued evolving through them. There is more to you than what happened to you. There is a depth within you that pain could not destroy. Beloved one, place your hand over your heart now and breathe slowly. Imagine a gentle emerald light entering your heart with every breath. Do not force anything. Simply breathe and say within yourself, I give myself permission to heal. I release what I can no longer carry. I forgive myself for what I did not know. I release the belief that pain is my identity. I welcome peace into the places that have known fear. I welcome compassion into the places that have known shame. I welcome hope into the places that have known disappointment. I trust that healing can happen gently. I trust that my heart can become open without becoming unprotected. I trust that I can begin again. Beloved one, allow whatever emotion comes to arise. You do not need to explain it. You do not need to make it beautiful. You do not need to immediately understand it. Simply witness it. Sometimes the soul heals when it finally receives permission to tell the truth without being interrupted by judgment. Beloved one, you may soon notice subtle changes. You may become less reactive. You may stop needing certain people's approval. You may find yourself thinking about the past less often. You may become more selective about who receives your energy. You may feel comfortable saying no. You may discover that silence no longer frightens you. You may begin enjoying your own company. These changes may appear small, but they are signs that your inner world is reorganizing itself. Healing often becomes visible through the choices you make rather than through dramatic emotional experiences. Beloved one day you may encounter the same kind of situation that once would have destroyed your peace, and you will realize that something inside you has changed. You will respond differently. You will not chase. You will not beg. You will not over-explain. You will not abandon yourself. You will simply observe, choose, and continue. That is healing. Beloved one, I want you to understand that your heart does not need to become hard in order to become safe. You do not have to stop caring. You do not have to become emotionally distant. You do not have to distrust everyone. You need only learn discernment. Let your heart remain soft while your wisdom becomes strong. Let compassion and boundaries exist together. Let love and self-respect exist together. Let vulnerability and discernment exist together. This is the balance your soul is seeking. Beloved one, if you are currently experiencing a season of solitude, use it not to convince yourself that you are unwanted, but to rediscover the relationship you have with yourself. Ask yourself what brings you peace. Ask what makes you feel alive. Ask what you have been tolerating that you no longer wish to tolerate. Ask what dream you abandoned because you became disappointed. Ask what part of yourself you have been hiding. Then listen without judgment. The answers may not come immediately, but the questions themselves can open sacred doors. Beloved one, your healing is not only about becoming free from pain. It is also about becoming available for joy. Sometimes people become so focused on fixing themselves that they forget to live. Do not make healing another performance. Laugh. Create. Walk outside. Listen to music. Spend time with people who make you feel safe. Learn something new. Celebrate small victories. Allow pleasure to return without guilt. Your soul was not created merely to analyze its wounds. It was created to experience life. Beloved one, there will be moments when you realize that the thing you once prayed to forget has become one of the greatest sources of your wisdom. You will understand people more deeply. You will recognize suffering without judging it. You will become more compassionate because you know what it means to hurt. But compassion does not mean carrying everyone. Your healing becomes complete when you can witness another person's pain without automatically making it your responsibility. You can care without rescuing. You can love without absorbing. You can support without sacrificing your entire identity. Beloved one, I, Archangel Raphael, surround you now with the emerald light of renewal and remind you that healing is already happening in ways you cannot yet measure. The quiet changes matter. The boundaries matter. The tears matter. The moments of rest matter. The decision to stop returning to what hurts you matters. The courage to hope again matters. The willingness to forgive yourself matters. None of it is wasted. Even when you feel as though nothing is happening, your consciousness is learning new ways to live. Beloved one, Do not demand that tomorrow prove your healing today. Give yourself time. Let the transformation unfold. There is no sacred deadline by which you must become completely whole. You are already whole in essence. Healing is simply the process of remembering that wholeness beneath the layers of fear, shame, grief, and conditioning. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too damaged to love. You are not too late to begin again. You are not too far from peace. Beloved one, the healing you cannot yet see is already transforming your life. It is changing the way you think, the way you choose, the way you love, the way you rest, and the way you understand your own worth. One day you will look back and realize that the season you thought was destroying you was actually teaching you how to stop abandoning yourself. You will realize that the tears were not weakness. They were release. You will realize that the endings were not proof that you were unworthy. They were invitations toward alignment. You will realize that the solitude was not punishment. It was preparation. And you will understand that the light was never absent. It was quietly working within you. So breathe, beloved one. Put down what does not belong to you. Forgive what you are ready to forgive. Protect what is sacred. Rest when you need to rest. Begin when you are ready. Do not rush the opening of your heart. Let it happen naturally. The future does not require you to forget your past. It asks only that you stop allowing your past to control the possibilities of your future. I, Archangel Raphael, stand beside you in this sacred moment, surrounding you with healing light, reminding you that your heart is still capable of peace, your spirit is still capable of joy, and your life is still capable of becoming something beautiful beyond what you currently imagine. You have carried enough. You have learned enough. Now allow healing to become more than something you hope for. Allow it to become the way you live.